Okay, so I turned around and all of this was behind me. Dude, they've got classic games.
We're gonna take a walk outside today. Gonna see what we can find today. What is up, gamers and thrifters out there? Welcome back to another episode of Thrifting Throwdown. I'm Dabstroyero, and this is the show all about adding video games to my collection on the cheap.
It's a tough economy. Money doesn't grow on trees.
And to that end, I usually hit up flea markets, thrift shops, you name it, looking for the absolute best deals on video games, trying to pay around $2 to $3 per game, if at all possible, and then adding a bunch of video games to my collection. And if you've been following Thrifting Throwdown, you know my collection has exploded since I started this channel. I am over 1,000 games at this point. I think I'm almost near 1,100 games at this point. It's getting out of hand. So let's take a look at where my collection stands as of this episode of Thrifting Throwdown. Now, it is dead in the middle of winter right now, so it's not the prime thrifting season. So some of our gaming hauls have been a little bit on the lighter side recently, but that's okay because, as I always say, thrifting is about the journey, not the destination. Because we're not only out there for video games, we are also getting to see all of the cool, interesting, weird things that turn up on these thrifting journeys. It's really wild. Because while we absolutely want to find a bunch of video games, we definitely want to enjoy the ride while we're doing it, seeing all the different weird, interesting, cool stuff out on this thrifting journey. To that end, I've got a good one for us planned today. I've got 3 different stops, some flea markets, and an antique mall, which should be pretty interesting. They're gonna be new locations for me, so I have no idea what to expect in this one. But before we hit the road, be sure to hit that like button to let me know that you enjoyed the video, and it also lets others know that it's a video worth watching as well. And please, 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 if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, become one of my little Dabamaniacs, join my tag team, and follow me out there on the thrifting road for every single one of these videos. Additionally, if you want to, you can leave a comment down below. I love chatting with you guys. We've had some interesting and funny conversations so far in the last few videos, so keep it up. I love hearing from you guys, and like I always say, thrifting is way more fun with friends, so it's definitely great having you along for the ride. Quick reminder, you can follow me on social media. I've got a bunch of different social media sites. I've been working on my Twitch lately, trying to get that up and running so I can do some Twitch streams soon. I've got an Instagram where I do a bunch of different posts and memes and photos of things I see out on the thrifting trail, so be sure to follow at Dabstroyero. And the very last thing before we hit the road, I do want to remind you, at the very end of the video, I show you my best thrifts of the day, so you get to see whatever the most profitable pickups were for the day. You'll see them right at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But I think that just about wraps up the intro, so throw on your winter coat and let's hit the road because it's time for some Thrifting Throwdown. Oh yeah!
Damn, look at all these old figures. Yo, that's cool. I had this guy as a kid. $75, wow. Damn, how cool is that? $150 though. Dude, this thing is so cool. I had this as a kid out of the box though. It's the only Beetlejuice toy I had for some reason.
You know what's really beautiful about this? You 2 kids picked me. You didn't have to, but you picked me.
I'm flying high now. Yo, how interesting are these Care Bear toys? I didn't even know this guy existed. Need some good luck today to find some video games. I'll try to get this down safely. That is cool. Small Batman figures. Oh yeah, there we go. We got Worf.
I am Worf, son of Moog.
Really clean copy, but $5 is too rich for my blood. That's pretty cool. Alright, this booth has so much interesting stuff. Monster in my pocket lunchbox. Oh my god, I freaking remember this game. Dude, that is so cool, but hold on. Because it gets better. I mean, that's all cool too, but they've got giant Alvin and the Chipmunks phone. They got this Ninja Turtles tin. Moving on over, like, so much stuff on these shelves. This definitely popped me because I remember playing with this at my friend's house as a kid. This rubber nightcrawler. So freaking interesting. Yeah, there you go, Battle Trolls. Alright, we got even more lunchboxes. Something called laser tag, which I'm not familiar with, from '86. Do, 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 do. We got the Rugrats. Anastasia. Wow. Who remembers that movie? Oh, thank you very much. No way, they've got boxed Atari games. $14. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find a thrift price here, but oh my god. You do not see boxed Atari games very often. Victory. Oh, got some television in there. Hockey for $10. And $10 on Demon Attack. And then I see Armor Battle in there too. Boxes look a little jacked. Plus, outside my price range, so we have to leave them behind, but still cool to see. Also got Ric Flair hiding down here, and Jessie the Body Ventura, I think, underneath, oh god, what's her name from Star Trek? Uhura? That's a nice cuddle pile. $8. Who remembers the Rescuers Down Under? Aww. Whoa. Let me guess, these are all $5. This is not thrift pricing. $5, this doesn't even have the case with it. And it's Madden 2012. Urgh. No me gusta. Alright, so this is kind of interesting. I don't normally look at PC games, but I didn't know they made a Tomb Raider game for the PC. Did you know that? Huh. I mean, I guess it stands to reason they would, but first time I've ever seen it. All right, how freaking cool is this? We've got an Antonio Inoki slot machine. Japanese pro wrestler, arguably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Yeah, this is freaking cool as heck. I can't believe I'm seeing this right now. Oh, look, and they only want $550, so if anyone wants to join my Patreon and get me this, feel free. Alright, so they also have a PS1 long box sitting down here, which caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to see that. So I'm gonna have to check the prices on this stuff.
Oh, fine, but it's the same setup.
Okay, so I turned around and all of this was behind me. Dude, they've got classic games. They're all individually priced, of course, so I'm probably not going to find anything in my price range without a lot of digging, but I mean, they're here. We got a bunch of PSP over here. Whole bunch of PSP. Oh my god, he's even got binders full of manuals. No freaking way. Oh my god, what's the price gonna be on this stuff though? Oh yeah, and he's got totes up here. Empty boxes, so let me try to get the camera up there. All individually priced from what I can tell. Alright, so I think I'm gonna grab someone to look through some of these and see if I can find any games I want to grab, but I'm not optimistic since it's all individually priced. So we'll see.
2 hours later.
All right, just left that antique mall. What a cool selection. They had so many old toys and things like that. Definitely a lot to look at. And surprisingly, managed to score a bunch of games. I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I guess 8 because tennis is an empty box, so maybe it's only 7, but I spent about 23 bucks. I did grab one other game. I ended up giving it to the kid who was helping me. You know, he opened the case and was going through the games with me, and we were chatting, and he was telling me about how he really liked this Motocross Mania game that was there. So it was only $2. I grabbed it for him and gave it to him as I was leaving. So got my good deed out of the way for the day. Got a bunch of games to start. So let's see if we can hit the road and have a little bit more luck today. Let's go. Oh boy, here we go. Championship pony. Oh my god, they're all $5 though. Oh, we got a bunch of DVDs to look through. Oh, it's Pop Blue. I got Flea. Oh, look at this cute little skull cookie jar. Oh, so cute. Okay, these are kind of cool. Cereal made out of candy. Sounds good to me. So I found these games back there. They're all marked $5 a piece. I was curious if you do a bulk price if I got all of them.
Probably not.
No, no deals?
I don't usually do deals.
Okay.
A few moments later.
$21.20.
All right, that was a pretty cool little stop there. They had a bunch of different stuff, not a ton in terms of video games. I actually did grab those DS games. They were marked at $5, and as you heard, she said she didn't really do deals. I was like, okay, I'm not interested then. And I started to walk away, so I turned off the camera, and of course, as soon as I did that, she was like, how about $4 each? So it always pays to try to haggle. Obviously, $4 is a little higher than I wanted, but hey, for a stack of 5 DS games, I was like, sure, why not? Let's pull the trigger this time. So, as you can see, still plenty of beautiful weather for thrifting, so let's hit the road. Oh, well, found some games already. What's in there? No manual though.
With new favorites from Lancome and more, 20 to 40% off. Or shop specials like the perfect handbags and wallets.
This definitely calls my name. So cool. All right, I did grab those 2 Tony Hawk games. I got them for $2 a piece. The woman wasn't there today, so the other vendor had to call her, and she was like, $3 a piece. And I said, well, it's missing a book on one, and the case is cracked on the other. So she did take $2 a piece, which is probably my limit on these. But yeah, there's more little shops here at this flea market, so I'm gonna keep walking around, see if I can find some more games. What do you think? We need to get some pickles while we're here, right? Yum.
What they are, and
Okay.
you're more than welcome to sample. We have a ranch Old Bay, spicy Old Bay, chipotle, horseradish, regular and hot, not too hot, full sour. I have a kosher that's crunchy, bread and butter that's sweet, sweet hot, garlic chip, garlic dill, garlic hot, and the triple X hot.
Can I try the garlic hot?
Sure.
All right, you know your boy got those hot garlic pickles in there. Had to do it. Had to. Damn, it is cold out here. We can get some fried chicken. There you go, there's some firepower. Cool little remote control car. Okay, around pickles now. Sealed handheld. Oh my god, this thing is so beat. Ugh, only $1 though. It looks like some of it's on the plastic. Maybe I can clean it. Whatever, it's $1. Pretty sure I already have this one. Just going back up there.
Right away. Here, you need to cover these.
Oh my god, there's definitely stuff mixed in here. I see some Sega games. Obviously a Wii sitting there. I want that. Let's see if I can get these out of the case. Okay, they've got a big pile of games here. Lego Batman. Rise of the Argonauts. The guy said he would give me a deal, so I'm gonna try to grab a bunch. That one looks good. Beef I don't care about. Don't care about this. I'm thinking maybe this for $3. I don't know. What do you think? Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Impala Pro Bass has its manual. Three Ninjas, oh my god, such a throwback.
They were three brothers learning the ways of the ninja, but what started as a game suddenly turned real.
We should run! We should hide! We should kick their butt!
Love that movie. Oh, Mega Man DVD. Feels like it's missing something. Yeah, missing the manual. Oh yeah, NBA Street. Case is a little rough. Oh, it's got Madden in it though. Princess Dora Saves the Snow Princess. NHL. Burnout's going on the maybe pile. NBA, Star Wars Connect, Beatle Rock Band, GTA, Need for Speed. It's a maybe. Platinum hits, but still a maybe. Oh, these are all loose games. Oh my god. There's a lot to look through. Battlefield. Sports. Pirates of the Caribbean. Alright, he said there's some loose games up here. I see a Cooking Mama right there. Street Hoops. SmackDown vs. Raw. Uncharted. Alright, that little store worked out really nicely. As you can see, my pickle bag is filled up quickly. I grabbed, I think, 7 or 8 games, a little hard to say. I grabbed a DS game, I grabbed actually a Sega game, I grabbed a bunch of other stuff. The prices were pretty much individually priced, but the guy was happy to, you know, work on a deal, ended up paying $30 for all of these games. So I got them around $2 to $3 a piece. I think there's a little bit of value in some of them, so not a bad score. I'm going to check out the rest of these little shops here and see if I get anything else while I'm here. Oh yeah, we got some Godzillas. Oh boy.
get into this wrap up because we have a massive pile of games to look at today. So I'm not gonna waste any time, let's jump straight into it. Up first, I gotta show you this massive pile of games I got from that indoor antique mall. Look at all these freaking games, and I got them all at a really good price. I got them for thrift pricing because I sat there and I literally picked through all of the guys' games to find the best price games. So let's go through these one by one. First up, we've got an empty box for tennis. So yeah, obviously empty box, not that great, but look how clean the box is. It's in great condition, and tennis is a common game for the Atari, so I know I'm gonna be able to find it for pretty cheap and get a complete Atari game in box. And even though I'm not the biggest Atari fan, I love getting these retro games in box just because the art is so cool. Look at the rainbow on this thing, man. I love these old school games. And then of course I picked up some modern games as well, so I'm gonna set this aside. We've got, big old pile here. I've got Extreme G Racing, which I've never played before. It looks interesting. It's like a futuristic motorcycle racing game, so that's pretty cool. We've also got the sealed copy Xbox One Madden 17. Now, obviously, Madden games, nothing special, but it is sealed, so I'm going to sit on that for a few years and see how that does.
Now we play the waiting game.
But surprisingly, this was one of the cheapest games the guy had, so I was like, sure, I don't have it. It's sealed. Why the heck wouldn't I pull the trigger on that? And then this title I'm super hyped for. Look at this one, Dinotopia. What? Dinotopia? I didn't even know this was a thing. Yeah, I think you can ride dinosaurs. This looks freaking hype as heck. This is definitely a candidate for something I would Twitch stream. So if I can ever get my Twitch up and running, this would definitely be a candidate for that. And then moving on here, did pick up one PlayStation 1 game as well. This one was marked very cheap, and rightfully so, because this is definitely one of the cheapest titles on the PlayStation. This does not have much value. Spec Ops Stealth Patrol. However, I didn't have it in the collection, so I pulled the trigger on that one. Basically, it's, you know, a stealth military game. What more can you say? These are a dime a dozen, especially back in the PlayStation 1 era. And then, I gotta set these down. I got so many freaking games to look at here. 3 more. Total Immersion Racing, another racing game, and typically racing games don't hold value super well unless it's something special like Automodelista, which I picked up and I think is somewhere like right here on the shelf, basically. But still, it's a game I didn't have before, so I'm more than happy to add that to the collection. And then Da Vinci Code. Who the heck knew they made a game out of the Da Vinci Code? I certainly didn't. I mean, I did read the book back in the day. I thought it was fine. It looks like you're going to have a little bit of puzzle solving in this game, that sort of thing. It might be worth checking out. I'm not sure about that one, but the price was right, so I pulled the trigger on it. And then I also have another sealed Xbox game, and I'm pretty sure this one is very common, Starlink Battle for Atlas. It's like a space shooter sort of game. I've never played it before, but it was sealed and the price was right, so I pulled the trigger. So there you go. These are the first pickups of the day. Got these at that antique mall where I sat and had that good conversation with that kid as I was going through this stuff. So he was very helpful, and I ended up giving him that motocross game. I forgot what it was called at this point, but he was telling me the story all about how, you know, he got it as a gift from his stepmother, and it, you know, had a lot of importance to him. So I was like, you know what, kid, it's all yours. So if he ended up subscribing and is watching this video, I'd like to say a special hello to him. It was great meeting him and having a chat with him about video games. And if he hasn't subscribed and isn't seeing this, I'm going to cry a silent little tear.
You're breaking my heart.
But yeah, those are my pickups from the first stop of the day. Up next from our second stop, we've got a fat stack of terrible shovelware DS games. Burr, 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 burr. Yeah, I don't think anyone's getting too hyped about these games, although I am getting hyped by all the Horse Girl games that I own now. I have so freaking many of them. I've got like Breeders' Cup and all sorts of other weird games. And I picked up 2 freaking Horse Girl games in this same stop. Just wild how many of these shovelware games they made, how many games they made about horses. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything in here you want me to talk about specifically, I apologize in advance because nothing in here is necessarily special in terms of actual video games. In terms of my collection, they're all brand new. This is all stuff I didn't own before, and you know, I'm hyped to have it in the collection. But in terms of actual gaming value, I don't think there's a single game in here that's going to make anyone's top 100 games. But hey, I could be wrong. Leave a comment down below if I am. Now we're getting into the games from that outdoor-indoor flea market. My first 2 pickups from that stop. It was so funny. I can't remember if I put this on my earlier video or not, but basically they had to call the person who owned the booth for these, and she's like, oh, I want $3 a piece. And I was like, well, the case is damaged and this and that. And I talked her down to $2 a piece. So I definitely scored there. And as you can see, I've already upgraded the case on this one. So this is nice and clean looking. Really, really nice copy of this. This one, unfortunately, was missing the manual, so that does hurt the value a little bit, but I didn't have it in my collection at all. So very hyped to pick up both of these Tony Hawk games for my collection today. And then we've got this massive freaking pile of games. I can't believe I picked up all these games at once in there. It was like a feeding frenzy once I started to see all these games, and the guy said he'd work with me on price. I think he originally wanted like $5 or $10 a piece, and I was like, listen, I'm really trying to do $2 or $3 a piece. And he said, you know what, pull out what you want and we'll make a deal. Now we're talking. And actually looking through the video, when I was doing the editing, I realized that I missed some things that I probably would have grabbed, but hey, I can always go back there again and check out that place again. So let's go through these a little bit more closely now. First, of course, I'm gonna talk about these 2 Sega Genesis games. Dude, I am so hyped to add more Sega Genesis games. And as you can see, even though the cases are kind of dingy, the condition's not great on these, I did manage to clean them up a little. So they look a little bit better than they did when they were sitting on the shelf. So I feel like I've sort of given these a second life now. I'm really happy to add them to my collection. Even though they're sports titles and nothing special, they're still super retro Sega Genesis titles, and that's cool in my book. Also managed to grab some Xbox 360 titles. I've got the Transformers game, Platinum Hit Edition. I feel like this might be missing something. Oh, it's got the bonus disc. Does it have... Okay, so it's only got the bonus disc. That's what was wrong with this. It's missing the original disc, but I'm sure the bonus disc is probably the harder of the 2 to get, so I'm going to try to get the complete set of this at some point. And then we've got Need for Speed Most Wanted, this limited edition Criterion game version. Definitely a good racing game. Unfortunately, I don't think this has a ton of value, but I'll drop in the image for that one. And then Rapala Pro Fishing does have some value, surprisingly. I'm not sure why this fishing game of all of them has a little bit of value, but it tends to do better than some of the other ones, which, you know, surprised me when I looked it up. And then the very last thing, we've got this Rise of the Argonauts game, which I think is about like Jason and the Argonauts, that old story. I definitely enjoyed the old claymation film of Rise of the Argonauts, Jason the Argonauts, whatever you want to call it. So this is like a nostalgia game for me right here. But I've never played the video game of this, so I'm definitely interested in checking this one out and seeing if it, you know, follows that story or what type of game this is. But yeah, really hyped to pick up all these Xbox 360 games today. All right, still continuing with that same stop, I've got 3 PlayStation 2 titles I picked up. This one was actually mixed in with the DVDs, so that one was cheaper than the other stuff, but he ended up doing a bundle deal anyway, so like all the prices are mixed together. So that's just a track pack, nothing special. Sled Storm, you know, what do you want to say about that? It's a snowmobile game. And then we've got Burnout 3 Takedown, which is, you know, a fun racing game. It is the Greatest Hits edition, so it's going to be worth a little bit less than the Black Label, but they're all new to my collection, so I've got 3 pickups here at a really good price for the PlayStation 2. All right, and the very last pickups for today, this Welcome to PlayStation 3 Network Blu-ray disc. I'm not even sure what to say about this. This is the sort of thing where like most people wouldn't even think twice about it, but I saw it, I was like, man, that's kind of obscure. It's kind of definitely gaming related. It's not necessarily a game, but I should have it in my collection. So I thought about it for a while and then just grabbed it. And then I also scored this WWE 2012 game. It's got Randy Orton on the cover. RKO out of nowhere! And then the very last thing I picked up, this is probably my favorite pickup of the day, this Professor Layton game. I know Professor Layton games are very popular. I saw this one in the case and was like, man, I really want to own that. I saw he wanted like $12 for it, and I was like, damn, I'm not getting that game today. But because I did a bundle deal, I managed to get this one thrown in, and I picked up all those games for $30. I forget what the price was. It was like $2 or $3 a game. So I got this game that would have been $12 for $2 or $3, and that is how you do a thrifting throwdown, my friends. So there you have it. There is my total massive haul for this winter edition of Thrifting Throwdown. Probably the best haul I've had in maybe months at this point. This is like a serious pickup. I think this might be the biggest haul I've had since my my 1000 game episode, actually, now that I think about it. Had a lot of fun out on the road today, saw a lot of interesting stuff at all these different stops I went to, but most importantly, I added a bunch of games to my collection. And speaking of the collection, here's where things stand after this episode of Thrifting Throwdown. As you can see, having a lot of luck out on the thrifting road, picking up a bunch of games in my collection is growing accordingly. But at this point, I do want to remind you to hit that like button if you haven't already. It lets me know that you enjoyed the video, and it also lets other people know that it's a video worth watching. It really helped me out if you hit that like button. I appreciate it if you already have, and if you're about to click it right this second, I want to say thank you. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on every episode of Thrifting Throwdown, and you'll be there for every single game, every single thrift, every single haul. You will be part of my tag team on this Thrifting Throwdown journey. Lastly, be sure to leave a comment down below. I love chatting with you guys. We've had some fun conversations about thrifting. I've learned a lot of interesting things about your techniques and your tips, so keep those coming. It's really fun, and I'm sure lots of other people reading the comments are learning some stuff as well. Real quick, I do want to remind you, you can follow me on social media at Dabstroyero on all the different social media sites, so pick your favorite and be sure to give me a follow there. And coming up next, you've got my best thrifts of the day. So whichever one of these games is going to be my best thrift, you're going to find out in a moment, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But I think that wraps up the intro. I want to thank you again for watching. Thank you for joining me on this Thrifting Throwdown. Thrifting is way more fun with friends, so I'm so glad you were here for this ride. But that'll do it. Thank you again. Have a good one, guys.